Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are looking at two alternative fragrances to a much more expensive high-end designer scent. The two fragrances we are looking at today are Rua Broca's Theorem M and Turathi Blue from Afnan. Now, these two fragrances are essentially cheaper alternatives to Bvlgari's Tygar, which is a fragrance that costs hundreds upon hundreds of dollars more than both of these combined, really. So these are relatively around the same price. I would say that Theorem M is the lesser talked about alternative fragrance, just behind Turathi Blue. And I understand there's others from different, inspired by houses, and we can get into the weeds with all of the Bvlgari Tygar copies, but right now, we're really going to look at these two. These two you guys talk about quite often. And I just wanted to let you know what my personal favorite is. Now, full disclosure, this bottle was sent to me by Afnan, but that is not going to sway my opinion. I owe Afnan nothing. I don't need more bottles from Afnan. I appreciate them sending me this, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest and tell you guys which one is the better of the two, straight up. So I have nothing on today. I'm going to try them both on skin and really find out which one of these is better, which one of these I like more personally. So let's get into it. So there's really no need to get into the presentations. What I'm going to do is put the Turathi Blue right here on my left hand. And be cautious of this cap, guys. A lot of you guys pointed out that there's a certain way to put this cap on, otherwise you will break it. There's a little notch there that you can just snap into place. So it only goes on one way, basically. If you force it on any other way, it's probably going to break it. Really nice in the air. Lovely scent. Very reminiscent of Bvlgari's Tygar, which is a fragrance that I've tested a lot extensively. Okay, so in the air, they're smelling essentially the same. Here I have the Theorem M, and on this hand, I have the Turathi Blue. So let's dive into the Turathi Blue first. Citrusy, warm, ambery, really likable fragrance. Really a sexy fragrance for such a fresh, citrusy scent. Makes it very versatile. And I do pick up a little bit of that Middle Eastern twang. So there is something in here that kind of stands out that I like. I actually enjoy that part of it. It's a little dirty, and I like it. Let's try Theorem M. Okay, so the first thing that stands out to me is the Theorem M is much lighter on my skin. It's not as strong as the Turathi Blue on initial spray. Still smells really good. Smells close to the Turathi Blue in terms of scent profile. So you're still getting the citrus, those warmer notes, the musks, and the woods. It's all there. It just, on first spray, smells a bit more watered down. I would say that the citrus in the Turathi Blue is a little more concentrated. It's a little more almost syrupy feeling. So yeah, I personally like that because I think it helps with the longevity and sort of overall performance of the scent. But the Theorem M smells really well balanced. Nothing really stands out over the other. So where I'm getting heavy citrus in the Turathi Blue, over here I'm getting a little bit more of a balance between the notes. So I guess that comes down to preference, what you prefer. For me personally, I like an opening that stands out. So I would say that the opening stands out a bit more on the Turathi Blue than the Theorem M. But on initial spray, both really nice. Let's take a look at the notes of both of these really quickly. I'm going to let these dry down for a bit and jump back into it and let you guys know how these are changing. I'm looking at the notes right now, and this is taken from Fragrantica. They're both the exact same notes. There is no difference. So both fragrances have the exact same notes. Top notes are citruses, mid notes are amber and woodsy notes, and the base notes are musks, patchouli, and spices. So makes sense. As I said, I'm going to take a few minutes here. I'm going to maybe go jump on my computer for about a half hour, come back, see how these are changing, and I will update you guys.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it's been a little while. I've been sniffing these as the time has gone by, and they are pretty much essentially the same as when I first sprayed them. Big takeaways, just again, from the differences, the major differences from both fragrances are Turathi Blue, a little more concentrated citrus. Smells a little more potent, like it will last a bit longer. Theorem M smells a little more balanced, a little more well-rounded, and something that may not stick around as long as the Turathi Blue. I think from an overall preference scent standpoint for myself, I would be reaching for the Turathi Blue more, but I also see a place for the Theorem from Bvlgari because this is one that wears lighter. And I think like if you are in class or something like that, you're going to school, work, the office, you don't want to get noticed as much, you would probably reach for the Theorem M over the Turathi Blue. And personally, these are both summertime fragrances for me, warm weather. They're uplifting, they're bright, they're vibrant, they're mood enhancing, all those things that I look for in a citrus fragrance. But that warmth makes them very unique. It adds a sexy edge to them. If I was going out at night, I would probably wear the Turathi Blue as well over the Theorem. But that's not to take anything away from Theorem because I think this is great. I think right first spray, it's well balanced, smells great. Now, one thing to point out, I've had the Bvlgari Theorem in my collection for a while now. I've sprayed it more. Turathi Blue is a newer addition. My experience with Middle Eastern fragrances is they take time to macerate, they get better with time, so there's a very high likelihood that Turathi Blue will improve even more so from what I'm experiencing right now on my skin. So I think in terms of performance, you're probably going to get better performance from the Turathi Blue. Really quickly, I'm going to let my 6-year-old smell both of these on my hand and let her decide which one she likes more. This might be tough because they both smell very similar, but let's see what she says.
A few moments later.
Okay, so my daughter quickly chose the Turathi Blue over the Theorem M. Also, a little more time after smelling these, that dirtiness that I'm getting from the Turathi Blue is also coming out a bit more in the Theorem M, but it's not as appealing to me personally. It's a little more overwhelming in a way. So that Middle Eastern twang is a little more prevalent for me in the Theorem. Still a really nice scent. So just based on this and what I'm smelling right now, I think it's pretty clear which one is my favorite. I would go with the Turathi Blue from Afnan over the Theorem from Bvlgari. But I think both are fantastic options. I truly do. Neither smells bad. They both will get you in the ballpark of Bvlgari Tygar, which again, far more expensive fragrance. I'd be really curious to know what you guys' thoughts are on either one of these, especially if you have smelled both. Do you have a favorite? Am I off on this? What is your experience with both of these? Drop it in the comment section down below. But if you like content like this, I would love for you guys to like this video. We are on the road to 16,000 subscribers. So when you like my videos, when you comment and subscribe, it only helps the channel grow. So I truly appreciate all the love and support. Let me know in the comments, guys, which one? For me, today, Turathi Blue from Afnan. That's it, guys. Have a great day.